So, so many teachers of the world, so many teachers I've had, so many books I've read will focus a lot on that spiritual connection, and not even in relevance to intuitive or extrasensory abilities, but just in accomplishment of the balance of existence. Having that strong connection in spirit is supposed to trickle down to the emotional conscious and physical conscious to really support us in everything we need, which most religions teach that too, but that's not the only directive. It can't be, because we're physical and emotional consciousness as well. We have to be able to communicate in that dialogue across the board. And so in meditation, you don't want to just focus on spiritual enlightenment. I've had a lot of clients that will say, yeah, I'm doing all this meditation, but I still feel stressed out. I still feel this, I'm still not clear. I'm like, tell me how you're meditating. And they'll say things like, well, I'll sit in a posture and, I'll tap into my highest self. I'll tap into my third eye. I'll connect with God and I'll pray. And I'm like, okay, so what does your body say about it? What does your heart say about it? Because the spiritual energy is, though it's trickling down, it is very impactful, is not as strong as your consciousness and your physical being in this dimension. These systems are much more loud. When you get sick, you feel it. When God's mad at you, you might feel it. When your spirit guides are being denied what they're trying to give you, you're going to feel a little frustration from them, but we feel it in our physical body. We feel the stress here and now in the presence of being. So if we're not meditating to clear the body, to ground to the earth, to give to ourselves what's all around us and given to us here and now, then our physical body can't support the heart, and the heart will never be clear. The heart will never heal. And so we have to give that effort to the physical body in meditation and practice, just the same as we do spirit. Not less, not more, but that same energy goes into the physical conscious and giving to the physical conscious openly. And then we also have to do it for the emotional conscious. We have to be able to give to ourselves in the emotional conscious. Separating the two. How do you feel right now, heart, child self? How do you feel? Being honest with yourself. Well, do you need a hug? Do you need an apology? Do you want me to just tell you how awesome you are? So looking for that separation in language in accordance to how we evolve means that we have to connect with all three levels of consciousness in meditation, or just in life practice itself. Man, I don't feel so good right now. Okay, well, is your body saying it needs to stop for a second and take a nap? Does it say it needs water? What is your body telling you? Well, it's telling me it's stressed out. So maybe go eat some raw vegetables and give it some nutrients, and then focus on the heart, because a lot of the stress of the physical body affects the heart. So how's the heart feel? Well, it needs a break. The heart needs to feel some sympathy, some empathy, some compassion. And so then we use the language to give that to the heart. And then we go to spirit. We start with what's strongest here, and then we go to spirit. And once we've primed the physical and emotional for clarity and for acceptance and feeling valued again, now we can make that connection to spirit much more tight, much more powerful. And it will allow us not only to feel better, but to feel genuine authenticity in the connection of spirit and our soul. Our soul will be fed. And once the soul's fed in that way, then it reciprocates. Now the physical body has more, because the spirit is stronger and is affecting the body more. The heart is stronger because it's been given that attention, that personal attention that it needs. And so now it's accepting more of the truth and what it is that's been given to us to heal. And so this is compounded effort. It's in language, sure, how we speak to ourselves, but it's really about the attention that we give to the physical, emotional, and spiritual consciousness that really allows us to manifest more and more. And manifestation is a term that's thrown around a lot, but what it really represents is your ability to love yourself. Because the more you can let go of those fears and support your physical, emotional, and spiritual self, the stronger you'll have love for yourself. And that is how we manifest. If we don't value ourselves, and the language that you've been using for a long time is devaluing yourself, then we cannot be connected strongly enough and have the capacity to actually receive what the universe is trying to give us. And so it's really important that with that language, and when you can find the space, whether it's for 2 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, that you don't just try and go to spirit to find answers, that you go to the body first. What's wrong? How do you feel? Where are you uncomfortable? What hurts? What do you need? What can I give to you? And then to the heart. How do you feel? Ask child self if you're struggling with it, as we've done in the past. Ask child self to let child self's language come through, because it's a truthful language. It's an honest language. It's the most raw, compassionate part of your being, and a lot of times the most integral. And so giving yourself that opportunity to connect to the heart, ask what's going on, like a caring parent would, and take the time to listen and feel what it's telling you, and then give to it what you can. That will quantify the strength and connection in spirit, because we are like a radio antenna here. And the more we charge up the antenna, the further the range will receive. And then your perception will also grow much, much faster. Okay.
That makes sense.
Well, good.
Yeah.
And so every little bit you do matters.
I know, like, if I don't get some sort of self-care in, I get a little cranky.